Godzilla is now in New York City.
Monster 01 and 02, commence the attack.
My anaconda don't. Sorry. Hello, listeners, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Stomp This Way. We've got live and in studio today, Dylan.
Oh, hey.
Dylan, how you doing?
Oh, I'm just peachy.
Glad you decided to stop by today.
I appreciate the invite.
You're welcome. Andrew is also here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
Hey.
We just got back from the cinema.
The cinema.
Cinema.
And we got done watching Anaconda
2025.
So yeah, how was well, Dylan, how's it going first?
I'm good.
Everything going good? Everything
We're living, man. We're
living the dream.
Selling that insurance.
Yeah, the best.
Hell yeah. Yeah, well, so you know, this is a new release. So how was everybody like? First of all, Dylan, let me ask you. You weren't on our review of the first two Anaconda movies.
No.
I know you've seen the first one. What are your kind of just general thoughts on Anaconda?
Well, I have seen the first movie. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
We watched it quite a few years back. I don't know how long ago.
I don't know, 2 or 3?
Probably
a
4?
A few.
It's been a few. But I have seen the first one.
Yeah.
I remember it being something. Not good. I've seen worse things.
I definitely seen worse.
Oh my goodness.
It's not one of those like so bad it's good movies because it's not like atrocious.
Yeah.
I've seen much worse.
Yeah.
But it's got things that's like, okay, that just makes it worth the watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
specifically, John Voight.
Yeah. I think our general consensus kind of on the first Anaconda it's a fun B movie. I mean, it's not a good movie, but John Voight is incredible in that movie.
It had a lot of actors before their prime.
Yeah.
John Voight was snubbed for an Oscar. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy the first Anaconda. We only did the first two because those were the ones that were released in theaters. We were not big fans of Hunt for the Blood Orchid.
It was something.
And we have not watched the sequels that went straight to sci-fi. But we're here today because Anaconda is back in theaters. I don't know if any of us ever thought we would see Anaconda back in.
It's been 21 years since the last movie came out in theaters.
21 years. That's a long time.
And never thought we'd see Jack Black or Paul Rudd in an Anaconda movie.
Yeah, I never thought you would. I would say you would never think our podcast would do a Jack Black Paul Rudd movie, but we have done a Jack Black movie before. He was one of the major role players in that Kong Peter Jackson thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
Paul Rudd, you would never think.
Maybe Paul Rudd is a little outside of our usual.
Paul Rudd.
But,
Paul Rudd.
Yeah. So I think traditionally on these new releases, what we do is we do a quick spoiler-free thoughts, and then is it worth buying a ticket to see it in the cinema? So Andrew, why don't you start us off? Just brief summary, brief spoiler-free thoughts. Do you think they should buy a ticket at the theater to go see this?
If you like the previous Anaconda films, if you watched just the first one or every single one of them, I think it would be worth buying a ticket for if you like Jack Black or Paul Rudd, if you like their style of comedy.
Yeah. Dylan.
And all that.
I'm sorry, you weren't done. So, yes. Okay. Dylan, what do you think?
I mean, I'd say it was pretty fun overall.
Yeah.
I chuckled a few times, audibly.
Yeah.
Which is better than a lot of comedies nowadays. So that's good.
That's true.
I mean, overall, it's a fairly entertaining movie. You know, I thought at first, when we first got introduced to Paul Rudd's character in the movie, that it was gonna be a little too much.
Yeah, yeah.
But by the time it was over, I found myself being entertained. I'd say it's worth watching. Maybe not paying full price for it, but definitely check it out at a matinee or something if you got nothing better to do.
Yeah, and that's basically what I'm going to say too. Is I enjoyed it more than less, and I laughed a few times, and it was pretty funny. There was a subplot that we'll get into. I think the movie kind of, especially in the second act, kind of gets a little sidetracked with.
It meanders.
It doesn't really add anything, or it's not really that funny. You know, I was really worried going into the movie because the last movie I saw Jack Black in was Minecraft.
Oh God!
And I'm generally like pro Jack Black, but he was just he was dialed up to 11. It was just way too much, and I hated him in that movie. But I think him and Paul Rudd have a pretty good balance in this movie, and Jack Black is actually dialed pretty far back.
This is the most I've seen him like.
He actually almost plays not quite, but more of a straight man to Paul Rudd's kind of unhinged, a little more unhinged character. And I thought that worked better. You know, the question of is it worth buying a ticket for or not? I don't know. Just movie tickets get more and more expensive. You know, this would be kind of a fun movie, I think, if you were, you know, at home and it was on, who made this movie? Sony? I don't know. Whatever streaming service they own.
I mean, most of Sony stuff either goes directly to Netflix first. Yeah. And sometimes it ends up on Stars.
Stars. If this was on Netflix and you were just in the mood for a good laugh or you found a little creature feature, I think this would be a really good at-home watch. If you're a big fan of Anaconda and you'll get all the in-jokes and everything, I mean, like you said, maybe worth a matinee ticket price or something. But anyway, let's get into the real review. Are you guys ready? Yes. Well,
spoiler alert.
I don't think there's anything too spoilery in the production trivia, but this was filmed from early January to late February of this year. They did the filming, the post-production, the marketing, and had this baby out by Christmas. I feel like for a Hollywood movie, that's a pretty quick turnaround. They filmed it in Queensland, Australia. Australia. Did you know, you mentioned something earlier, Dylan, about Tom Gormican. He was a writer on The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is obviously the Nicolas Cage movie. And he actually, while he was working on that movie, was thinking about this movie. And he actually went to Cage and Pedro Pascal and asked them if they would be in this movie with Cage in the Jack Black role and Paul Rudd or Pedro Pascal in the Paul Rudd role. And Pascal declined. He had scheduling conflicts. He couldn't do it. Cage declined at first, and then after they finished that movie, he went back to Cage, and Cage was like, I'll do it, but I want Doug to be written darker, and I want him... Basically, he wanted him to be an homage to Jon Voight's character from the original. And the Sony producers were like, no, thanks. So then they went to Jack Black and Paul Rudd. For the female lead in this movie, they apparently went through a lot of actresses. They went to ScarJo, they went to Jennifer Lawrence, they went to Kirsten Dunst, they went to Karen Gillan.
I'm surprised she turned it down. She works with Sony on the Jumanji movies.
Yeah, they went to Jessica Alba, Megan Fox, Kristen Bell, Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried, and Bryce Dallas Howard, and all of them said no. So,
no thanks.
No thanks. They did no. We got better stuff to do. So anyway, and then Jack Black's character. You know, I wrote this before we watched the movie. In the trailer, they've cut it to where it sounds like he says they were big fans of the original as kids. Now, in the movie, I do think Paul Rudd says something about that he was in his last year of college or something when Anaconda came out. Now, in reality, Paul Rudd and Jack Black are the same age. They would have both been 28 in 1997, so a little older, but it is what it is. Yes. So, but anyway. Yeah, Andrew, don't you tell us about the box office?
Box office.
Now, I didn't look this morning to see the updated projections, but I'm sure it's probably about the same. So go ahead.
This movie released yesterday, December 25th, 2025.
Christmas.
Ooh.
Christmas.
Goodness.
Because we're recording this the 26th.
Yeah.
Budget of $45 million. Ooh.
It's a little mid-budget movie.
Mid-budget,
Don't
not
see
bad.
many of those anymore.
And previews total at 1.2 million.
Yeah, that was Thursday night previews.
Domestically.
Or Thursday day. They don't really do night previews.
Today's Thursday. Today's Friday.
Today's Friday.
That's probably Wednesday night previews.
Wednesday, Thursday, whatever.
Projected opening domestically of around 20 million.
Yeah,
Half the budget back already.
I guess. I mean, mid-budget movie. It might make his money back.
It might make its
internationally.
budget.
Yeah, it might.
Back. Also, international. I don't know what the market is for Anaconda internationally.
But it could make its money back.
I don't see this movie getting a release in China anytime soon, probably.
Probably not. Well, maybe in some like...
They're busy with Zootopia and Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar, big
maybe
one.
in some like Hispanic markets, it might be more of a thing with
Maybe.
J-Lo being in the original, and they speak some Spanish in this movie. I don't know.
They don't speak Spanish in Brazil.
Oh, they don't.
They speak Portuguese.
They speak Portuguese. You're right.
Wow, Aaron.
Excuse me.
They mostly speak Portuguese in Brazil.
It's pretty close to Spanish.
It's a similar language.
Anyway, let's listen to the trailer, and then we'll come back. We'll list off the cast and crew, and we'll talk, do the plot summary, and then we'll talk all about...
Plot summary, plot essay.
Plot essay. It's the plot. And we'll
The
talk
whole
all about
plot.
Anaconda 2025. See you in a bit.
I don't want to wait, man.
Doug, what are you talking about?
Let's do it. Let's reboot Anaconda.
Yes.
Wait,
What?
this is going to be the adventure of a lifetime. We've dreamed of making this movie ever since we were kids.
What does it cost to get this thing made?
$2.5 million.
We've approved a loan for up to $9,400.
Yes.
We're gonna shoot it indie style. Run and gun.
We need a riverboat, a script, a snake handler, and a real snake.
Claire, you and I will star in it.
I love you, Derek.
Kenny, you shoot it. Here we go. Doug, you direct.
Action! Put your face right up next to the snake.
Maybe it'll be okay.
Cody.
This is Anaconda. And we no longer have a snake for our snake movie. We have to go out in the jungle and find another one.
What is that?
Oh my.
My Anaconda! We're in the middle of the jungle and we are being hunted! My Anaconda! Now we die! My Anaconda! It's okay, you're safe, I'm here! Holy My Anaconda! Keep rolling! Anaconda don't want none unless you...
He's dead.
Oh no. What are we gonna do?
What if we use Doug as bait to get back to the boat?
That's a really smart idea.
Doug would have wanted this.
I'm not sure he would have wanted this.
Oh, look at the snake. He's alive.
I thought you checked his pulse! I did! Doug! He's right behind you! What the hell is on my back? It's a long story! Run!
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
back.
We're back.
This film is directed by Tom Gormican, written by Tom Gormican and Kevin Etten, music by David Fleming, and starring Paul Rudd, Jack Black, Steve Zahn, Thandaway Newton, Daniela Melchior, and Selton Mello.
Yes.
Yes. Dylan, I wrote a little plot synopsis here. You want to read it for the listeners?
Yeah. Let me see here. Unhappy with the direction of their lives, best friends Doug and Griff decide to escape their rut by traveling to the Amazon to film an indie reboot of Anaconda. Griff claims that he has secured the rights from the widow of the novel's author, so they recruit their friends Kenny and Claire and head south. Kenny also hires Santiago, a local guide and snake wrangler, to help with the production. Unbeknownst to the group, the riverboat they've booked has been stolen by an illegal gold miner named Anna, who poses as the captain's daughter. At first, the shoot goes surprisingly well. Griff and Claire begin to rekindle old chemistry, and Doug starts to believe they might actually have a solid film on their hands. Things take a turn when Griff accidentally knocks Santiago's snake overboard, where it's shredded by the boat's propeller. After a night of heavy drinking, Griff and Santiago venture into the jungle to find a replacement. Griff panics and returns to the boat alone while Santiago is attacked by a massive anaconda. When Santiago doesn't come back, the group sets out to search for him. They're soon attacked by the giant snake and then chased by authorities pursuing Anna. Anna kills the pursuing officers, and the group continues upriver, unaware that she is the true threat. Still believing Anna is an ally, Doug rewrites the film to make her the hero, which sparks tension between him and Griff. When they pass a boat carrying a Sony Pictures crew working on a big-budget Anaconda remake, Doug realizes Griff never had the rights in the first place and fires him from the project. Furious, Griff takes off in a smaller motorboat, only to discover the Sony vessel destroyed by the same Anaconda. Griff races back to the others, only to find them missing. Anna has taken the group hostage, forcing them to help transport her stolen gold. When an authority confronts her at gunpoint, Griff mistakenly shoots the officer, believing him to be the villain. As Anna prepares to execute the captives, the Anaconda suddenly emerges and devours her. The survivors flee through the jungle on foot. Doug is seemingly eaten by the snake, and the group later finds his regurgitated body. They tie him to a dead pig as bait to escape, but at the last moment, Doug regains consciousness, and after a series of chaotic mishaps, rejoins the group. They eventually stumble upon the ruined Sony film set. Ice Cube, who has been attached to the reboot, saves them from the snake using a flare gun. He heads off to rescue Jennifer Lopez and Eric Stoltz off-screen, while Doug, Griff, and the others devise a final plan. Using leftover pyrotechnics from the studio production, a flare gun, and Doug's fake Oscar statue, they finally kill the Anaconda. In the closing moments, Doug and Griff premiere their finished film at a Buffalo Film Festival, only to discover that they can't secure theatrical distribution due to the rights issues. Griff and Claire reunite, and Jennifer Lopez appears at Doug's door, asking him to direct a new reboot. In a mid-credit scene, it is revealed that Santiago is still alive as the credits roll.
Yes.
Yes.
More or less.
That is everything.
More than less.
Literally the whole plot.
You just literally took the whole movie and put it in the word form.
There you go. That's what I do. That's what I do. Well, I will say I was a little confused at the start as we were sitting down to this movie because the trailer started playing. I just assumed this movie was rated R.
I thought it was rated R.
The first movie is rated R. It's a Jack Black, Paul Rudd duo, combination.
It's gonna be a little raunchy, maybe.
I figured it would be a little raunchy. The snake attacking people, and then like the trailer started playing, and there was like a couple of horror movies, but then there was like a bunch of animated movies, and I was like, and I saw people walking in with like little kids,
and the Mandalorian Grogu trailer.
Yeah, and I was like, I leaned over to Dylan, and was like, "What's this movie rated? Are we in the right movie?" And he looked it up. It is in fact PG-13.
It's one of those Christmas Day movies. It's probably more cost efficient and more beneficial to them, box office wise. So
do you think
PG-13?
Wrote it and filmed it thinking it would be rated R, and then
the pre-edited version is definitely an R-rated movie. They 100% had to cut a bunch of stuff out of this, I'm sure, to make it PG-13. Knowing Jack Black and Paul Rudd as actors, they probably improv'd a lot.
Yeah,
and so there's 100% an R-rated cut of this movie out there.
There were a couple scenes where I'm like, that looked ADR'd. I wonder if they said something else. I think they allowed Jack Black as one F-bomb when he wakes up that he's tied to the pig. He's like, what the F is this? But yeah, so coming into the movie, listen, I was interested. I can't say I was super like excited because I just had that bad taste of Jack Black from Minecraft, and I was just like, this could go off the rails pretty quick. But yeah, I don't know. As the movie starts, we have the very opening scene where it starts with Anna, and we don't really know what's going on. We see her running from some people, and we don't know who she is. And I think we see like a snake attack somebody on a boat.
It does. It bumps out of the boat and strangles him.
And I immediately become worried because I'm like, oh, this is gonna be one of those movies that is gonna have this stupid subplot that ruins the whole movie that we don't care about. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But as we get into the, we meet Jack Black, and he's like a wedding videographer, and
he makes wedding films.
Not
videos.
And he's trying to sell this couple on like this horror themed wedding film. And then we meet Griff, and he is that's Paul Rudd's character, and he's booked like a bit part in like some medical drama. Doctor number three, and he's like way overperforming for his like one line role, but they're not where they wanted to be in their lives. Obviously, Jack Black wanted to be a director, and Paul Rudd wanted to be an actor. But they're gonna throw a surprise birthday party for Jack Black, and Paul Rudd comes in for it, and
I don't know why he's so upset with his life. It's a BB plus life. It's a
good life.
BB plus life.
His boss tells him,
I think that's his dad.
Yeah, that's
his dad.
I think it's a family company.
I'm guessing I was under the impression it's his dad.
Oh, okay.
He's like, you're gonna inherit this business.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I didn't think that far through.
It's a good BB plus life.
BB plus life. What do you think, Aaron? Is your life a good BB plus life?
BB plus? I don't know if I'd quite get to B. We're in the C's right now. I'm hoping by my mid-30s we can get to a B. Yeah, so they Griff found like a old copy of like a film they made when they were like preteens or something.
The Quatch.
Of course, their friend Claire is also there. She's a recent divorcee, apparently, and a lawyer, I guess. And then Kenny, who's like Steve Zahn, who's he wasn't really billed in the trailers or anything, but he's a good comedian in his own right. And he is like their goofy friend that I guess he worked for Jack Black at but
he's a drunk
wedding videos. Yeah, but he's drunk. So Jack Black had to fire him. And but anyway, and Jack Black gets real nostalgic about this student film that they made, and then at the diner, like you're at a diner later, and I had to pause and think for a moment. It's like, is this story real? But Jack Black or Paul Rudd spins the story about how Anaconda was based off like some obscure Japanese book, and I think like he said he met his widow or something.
Yeah, met the widow of the author.
And she
really liked his episodes. There's 3 episodes on SWAT.
On SWAT.
So he gave him the rights.
So she gave him the rights, and so he says he has the rights to Anaconda, and he wants to go make an indie reboot, and so they get all excited about it. And at first Jack Black says no, but then his wife kind of talks him into it, and
he was watching.
He rewatched the Quatch.
The Quatch.
And then he was doing his
and then
wedding film thing. He was like, "What?"
And then we get a sequence of him pretty much not long after that, after he decides to sign on to do it, of Anaconda playing or Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, the remix of Baby Got Back.
Yeah, and it's like this weird like trippy blurry effect
where
around
he's
him.
writing all the
He's writing the script.
Yeah, and they go and they're like, he's like, I've totaled up all the costs and we need $2.5 million.
They go to get a loan. They're like, best we could do is $9,000.
And then he comes back and he's like, $43,000 revised budget.
We're doing this indie style.
this run and gun indie style. And anyway, so they get everybody, and Jack Black's gonna direct it, Doug's gonna direct it, Kenny's gonna shoot it, and then Paul Rudd and Claire are gonna star in it. And so then they're gonna get going. And
I will say, when we're first introduced, like I mentioned toward the beginning, when we are first introduced to Paul Rudd's character, the nature. Paul Rudd's really funny. I find Paul Rudd pretty entertaining actor. I was gonna say at when we're first introduced to his character, the way his character is kind of written at the very beginning, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be ridiculously over the top. I was like, Paul Rudd's gonna be unlikable in a movie.
No.
I was like, oh, he's gonna be like, he's gonna go for it.
Yeah, I do think, but once him and Jack Black like really get together, I think it's a pretty good balance.
Yeah,
and like I said, I was actually surprised by how dialed back Jack Black was.
Jack Black's a lot more subdued in this movie. Like if you take his performance in Minecraft compared to this, it's like night and day.
Yeah, if he was at like a 10 for Minecraft, this is like a 4 or 5. Jack Black at a 4 or 5, which is a lot better. That's when Jack Black is at his best, when he has chaotic moments, but it's not the whole movie. movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Minecraft is just him being not borderline, like is obnoxious in most of that
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
This feels more in line of like some of his
Like Nacho Libre.
like
or
yeah,
something.
more early 2000s comedies, like something like Nacho Libre or like School of Rock. Like he's got those couple moments you're like, all right, okay, buddy.
Yeah. But yeah, so they get on and then they get to Brazil and Rio de Janeiro. We see they actually filmed it in Queensland, Australia, but we see, the Jesus statue or whatever. And they get to the dock or whatever, and we see Anna, and she's like hiding from the people. And we're the audience is led to believe like she's the good guy. Like my early assumption was she's a good guy, like trying to fight snake poachers or something. But these guys are looking for her, and I guess the guy that they booked the riverboat through is passed out drunk at the bar, and he just has his keys sitting there. So she decides this is her escape plan, and she grabs the keys and goes to the boat, and she tries to like talk them out of coming on board. She's like, my father, he's in the hospital. I need to take this up river for maintenance or whatever. And then Jack back and pleads with her, and then she's like in a rush because the guys are looking for her, and she's like, whatever, get on board and let's go. So, hijinks are gonna ensue.
We also meet Santiago during the sequence when they first show up.
Yeah,
and he's the snake wrangler. His character is a lot like what I imagine Nick Cage wanted to play. Yeah. He's like the quasi homage to John Voight's character. He's got the little rat tail.
Yeah.
He's got a weird accent.
Yeah.
Not weird like John Voight, but like different.
We're not John Voight level, but he's got his accent. He's goofy, and he's got the snake, which is what we need. So. And I like Santiago as a character. I think he's a good supporting character, to be a sort of a body count later. Anna, I don't know about it. Anna, whatever. I don't know about Anna. Like,
she's not in a lot of the movie.
They've got this subplot about the gold mining thing
that essentially is pointless, honestly.
It's a pretty pointless subplot. Like, I feel like the whole subplot was just there to get her in the movie, but then she doesn't really do anything.
She doesn't really do anything. She kind of just drives the boat.
Yeah.
And then she saves him once.
She does save them once, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after she saves them, Jack Black tries to put her in the movie, and then pretty much after that.
But she doesn't even really save them. They think that she's saving them.
She's just saving herself.
She's saving herself.
Yeah, and then skipping a little farther forward, like we find out that she's actually the person that's mining for gold.
Yeah.
Smuggling. And then she's gone.
And then she's out of the movie. She gets killed. And she's I just didn't, because so much of this, like, there's a whole bunch of this movie where she's just like in the background of scenes. She has no dialogue.
She's just standing there.
I'm like, and I'll say, like, I thought this movie was really funny and before we got to the Amazon, and it is funny for a couple scenes after the Amazon, but then the second act, like you said, kind of gets sidetracked with this subplot, and we get more of the Anna thing.
The quote unquote horror aspects.
The authorities chasing them, and I'm like, okay, the movie's kind of losing. Like, I think the movie would have been a lot more solid if it was just about these four friends going to the Amazon to film this movie, and then shenanigans ensue, because that's when the movie's at its best. When it tries to have like this semi-serious subplot about gold miners, it's illegal gold mining. It's like, I don't really know.
What does that have to do with anything?
But I don't know what the point of this subplot really was.
Jack Black's like, oh my God, we can make it part of our story.
Do you think
the real villains are the humans?
Yeah. Do you think the role of Anna was what all these actresses turned down, or was it Claire's role that they turned down? I feel like it was probably Anna's role, and when they couldn't get any of those actresses, they probably cut it down from what it was.
All right, let's figure something else out.
Get rid of her earlier. But yeah, so they get on the boat, and like we said, there's shenanigans and shit, and they have the scene, of course. I think you got up and went to the bath. The scene that you missed was...
They're talking about the headbutting?
They're talking about the headbutting, and then that night, I think what you missed, the snake gets out of its cage and then like gives Paul Rudd a good fright.
Oh, yeah, I slightly missed that part.
Because he wakes up and it's like right on top of him, and then it like lunges at a bird or something that's sitting on his windowsill.
I could hear it from the bathroom.
Yeah. So I think that's why, I think that scene right there is what we're supposed to be led to believe is why Paul Rudd is so like terrified of the snake. When they're trying to film an actual scene,
just like the next sequence.
Yeah, and the snake he's like on his back, and you've seen it in the trailer if you saw the trailer. The snake is like over him, and then he gets freaked out.
Actually, accidentally tosses it in the water,
and it gets chopped
to bits.
And
no snakes were harmed this week.
No snakes were harmed. And Santiago's all upset, and him and Paul Rudd. And
they have a snake funeral for it.
Yeah,
he burns it on like a burn pile or pyre, and then we see cut to one of the the authorities chasing Anna, and he's like, they're having a weird snake funeral.
Yeah.
And then later that night, him and Paul and Santiago are like drinking and mixing pills, and they decide to go find a new snake, and they get wading through the bog or whatever, and Jack and Paul Rudd, chickens out and runs
back. Like, oh hell no!
Yeah,
and Santiago gets eaten, apparently, we think, by the snake.
Allegedly.
And then he goes to Jack Black and wakes him up. He's like,
oh my God, Santiago's gone.
And he's like, you know what that's called? Producing. So they all go out looking for him, and this is where they're all like.
Meanwhile, Steve Zahn has fallen back into his old habits.
He found some pills.
He's found some pills and started mixing it with booze, and so he's high.
He's like, "Thank you, Santiago."
Thank you, Santiago.
And they, this is where they run into the snake, and they find at the beginning of
this van.
I think it's at the beginning of the movie, right? That couple was in that.
It wasn't that Anna.
It was Anna and some other guy that were in the van, and then they went running for it, and I guess it's their van,
probably,
but it's not working, so. They want
Kenny to go fix it.
Kenny get under the hood.
I got a weird vision going on.
So Jack Black gets out, and then the snake attacks, and
they take off running.
They take off. Well, he gets the van started, and then they almost leave without him, but he jumps in, and you get the kind of Jurassic Park sequence where he sees it in the rearview mirror, and then
the people on the authorities on dirt bikes start chasing him through the jungle.
Yeah, and Anna finds a rifle in the van, which I guess she knew it was there. It was her van, and she shoots at him, and this is where Jack Black kind of becomes enamored with Anna and kind of rewrites.
Kenny starts filming with his phone. He's like, yeah, keep filming.
Keep filming, yeah. And he kind of rewrites the movie to for her to be a hero in it, and then Griff kind of gets all butthurt because he's supposed to be the hero of the movie or whatever, and. Then the movie, I think you leaned over and said, I heard you say something about it gets extra meta where
the Sony Cruise riverboat rolls by. I'm like, man, we're getting meta.
We're getting super meta. And
I'm like, the movie's already meta because it's about a group of people making an Anaconda reboot while we're watching an Anaconda reboot. But there's also a Sony production crew making an Anaconda reboot. And a Sony Anaconda reboot. Yeah. About a reboot.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got layers to this thing.
This is where, and then Griff and Doug and Tippy Garner, he's like, you never really had the rights, did you? And he's like, no. He's like, who cares about rights anywhere?
Who has rights to?
Sony does.
Who has rights to?
Who gives a he does that a couple times throughout the movie. It's like his catchphrase or something, I swear.
And he's like, who cares about IP? Literally everyone. And then Griff is like, you can't fire me because I quit. I just didn't tell anybody. And storms off and gets in the little skiff or whatever that was tied to the boat. And
he's gonna go back after the Sony crew, see if they can get him home.
Yeah.
Well, then he shows up with Sony crews, shows up by where their boat was, and it's gone.
It's gone. It's wrecked.
And there's one survivor over on the shore of the jungle off the river. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll come save you." And
the snake gets her, yeah. And then while he's doing that, one of the authority guys came to the boat, and Anna at gunpoint forced everybody off the boat, and they went into the forest, and then there's this little boathouse thing that
she takes him out to a dock where she's hidden all of her illegally mined gold.
Yeah.
And she's gonna
for some reason, because that matters.
Yeah. But the guy catches up with them, and he's got her at gunpoint. And
well, Paul Rudd shows back up at the boat, and he gets in the other guy, the authorities' boat, and finds a rifle, and he's just like, "Well, I'll just go after him."
And then he shoots the guy in the leg, thinking he's the bad guy, and then she picks up the gun, and
he shows up. He says some cheesy one-liner.
Yeah. And she's about to execute Claire, and that's when the snake like comes up into the dock and
she headbutts. Claire headbutts.
She
her.
does. They had that big conversation about headbutting earlier, and
wow.
then the snake gets her, and they all go running through the.
And then Anna's no more. Like that's literally it. She serves almost no purpose in this film.
Yeah, and I was like from this point on, I enjoyed the film again. Like I said, I thought the first act was really strong, and I think the third act. I mean, it's really just a series of over the top comedy bits, but it is really funny, and I think it accomplishes what it. But that second act was, a little topsy turvy. But now they go into the forest and they're running, and then Jack Black, they stop, and you think they're about to have this real emotional scene where Jack Black and Griff are gonna like work it out, and then Jack Black just gets him and takes him, and of course, again, trailers reveal too much in this movie, but they find find his body like the next scene, and is being regarded because they got to do the homage to the John Voight getting thrown back up and stuff, and he's being regurgitated with a dead pig. And they're like,
Steve Zahn checks his pulse. He's like, he's gone.
Yeah. And they found like an open field, and Steve Zahn is like, we need
a distraction.
Yeah. Even though I was like, I think I'd feel a lot more comfortable running out in an open field than I would in these trees with that snake coming around, but whatever. So they like get Jack Black's body and duct tape the
pig to his
back and put a dead squirrel in his mouth.
Yeah.
And then, they're looking back through binoculars, and as the snake's about to eat him, and he wakes up and spits the squirrel out, and that's when he's like, what the? And he goes to running, and the snake's chasing after him, and the pig is still alive too.
The pig wakes up, he's like, it's still alive.
And it's, even though it's in the trailer, it's funny. And then the snake does like grab the pig off his back.
Yeah.
But then they go, and I think they're
trying to get back to the boat.
Yeah.
And they stumble upon what looks like
before that, I feel like this next scene. I feel like this next it's totally out of left field. I feel like it was just somebody was like, I've got a great idea. I got to write this into the movie.
So they end up back in the jungle, and they turn a corner, and it cuts to the next scene, and Jack Black looks down. He's got a spider on his leg, and I guess he says it's bit him, and he can't move his leg.
Yeah.
So they're like, you got to pee on it. Yeah. Someone's got to pee on it.
This felt like a true just out of left field comedic bit, but it is probably the funniest scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Claire's like, I think that's only for jellyfish, and all the dudes are like, no, it's everything.
It's everything.
It's every animal.
Every antibite. And they're like,
okay.
Somebody's got to.
Paul Rudd's like, I'm sorry.
Somebody's got to piss on me. He's like, I'm dry as a bone, and Claire's like, I'm wearing a onesie, and
they're like, Kenny.
Kenny's like, I can't. I can't do that. He's like,
I haven't peed in public in 35 years.
I've got shy bladder. I haven't peed in public in 35 years. And then
they just go off on a tangent. Jack Black's like, whiz on me, man. You gotta whiz on me.
There's something else.
Is there something else I forgot to tell you? I have to pee sitting down. I need a chair.
So then they cut, and Jack Black is like on his back.
Yeah.
And then Paul Rudd's on his knees,
like perpendicular across him.
And he's sitting on Paul Rudd and trying to piss on Jack Black's leg. And it's like, oh my God. It's so stupid.
It's idiotic.
Serves
but it's funny.
no purpose to the plot, but it is funny. But then, then they get up and they find like the set where they were.
It looks like they're trying to get back to the boat. It looks like a boat junkyard or something like that. But they figure out that they see a director's chair and find out it's the set for the Sony Anaconda reboot.
Yeah. Now, there was and this is one of the things that I really was disappointed in. There was a TV spot that ran on a lot of the football games. I don't know if you saw it. That spoiled that Ice Cube was going to be in the movie.
I did not see that. No.
Okay, well, you were lucky there.
I was like, what the hell? Ice Cube's in this.
It is a great cameo. Ice Cube.
He just shows up and shoots the snake.
Starts playing, and then he comes out and shoots the snake at the flare gun.
Well, they stumble across like a walkie-talkie, and they're like, we can't friggin' hear you.
Yeah.
And he's like, behind you, and shoots the snake, and then he walks out. He's got a hood on and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? Ice Cube's in this thing.
Back in black. And that was good. And then they go hide, and then
he gets on a tangent about Jenny from the block should be all right.
Yeah.
But Eric Stoltz, he's probably not.
Yeah.
And then he's like, he basically has to go save J-Lo and Eric Stoltz off screen. But it was a fun cameo.
And then he gives Paul Rudd one of the flare guns, and then they take a selfie with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't post that. And he's like, I won't. And then So anyway, so Ice Cube had said something about the whole set's rigged with pyrotechnics that they were going to use, and so Doug sends Kenny off to go like rig up the pyrotechnics while he and Griff are gonna like drive the little golf cart through the path and
then lower the snake into the
Claire's gonna get the power
pyrotechnics.
going or something.
So they go and they almost don't get the pyrotechnics turned on in time, but then they do and
It doesn't work.
it doesn't work. And then he's like, "Oh, I forgot." Steve's like, "Oh, I forgot to turn it on." And then the pyrotechnics go off and the explosions are going off. You get the slow-mo shots but it doesn't work. It does not kill the snake. And
So they end up getting trapped and cornered. And there's during the Quatch movie, from their childhood, I guess, there's a Paul Rudd's character and Jack Black's character, like the main stars of it or whatever. And he's got a line where he in the Quatch, the movie from when they're kids, where he walks out of this building with a rifle and he says something. What's he say?
Not on my watch.
Yeah, not on my watch, I think,
or something like that. Yeah, or not today, buddy, or something like that. And then shoots this rifle and kills the Quatch in that movie. Well, he does the same thing here. They're cornered, getting ready to get eaten. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot I had this flare gun." So he takes a couple steps up, says that line, and shoots the.
What does he shoot? Is it like gas canisters or something?
I guess, and then the snake just blows to pieces.
Yeah.
And the severed snake head plops in front of him, but is not dead yet. And so then earlier in the movie, Jack Black's son had given him like this fake little Oscar statue that said Doug. World's best Doug. And he takes it and like stabs it into the head of the anaconda and kills it. And and then the movie's basically, we cut and they're in Buffalo because they're from Buffalo. They go to like the Buffalo International Film Festival. Yeah. And they premiere their movie and have their big speeches and everything. But then it goes to intertitles and it's like Doug and Griff could not theatrically distribute their movie because of their rights issues.
They received a cease and desist from Sony.
And then it's like Claire and Griff got married and he helped them with their wedding video and it was like an alien thing.
Yeah, like a chest burster, but
it
with
was
the
like
ring.
The ring, yeah. And Kenny, what did Kenny do? He posted
the picture of him with Ice Cube.
It showed him a first picture of him peeing in public.
He's like he had some successes too. It's him peeing in public,
and he had a urinal. And then he posted a picture and it's like him and Ice Cube like have comments going back and forth.
It's like delete it. I don't know how.
And then we find out what happens for Doug.
Yeah, I honestly did not expect. I never thought they would get J-Lo to show up because she's kind of.
We hear a knock at the door. He opens the door and there's J-Lo.
There's J-Lo and she's like, "Are you the one that made that Anaconda?"
It's like, I saw it. I loved your movie.
I want you to direct the new one, and then he like passes out, and then
we get the main. First credit sequence, the main part of the credits
with the Sir Mix-a-Lot remix, and then we get the mid-credit scene where it just is like a goof with Santiago.
He's alive.
I'm still alive, and
that's it.
And the credits roll. So, yeah, listen, I had a lot of fun. I thought it was.
It's very entertaining. I spent a way worse 90 minutes at the movies.
Oh yeah. I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score before I went in. I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad.
Listen, one of the first movies we saw this year was about 90 minutes, and it was that horrible Peter Pan thing.
Oh God, was that this year? Yeah. And
here we are.
We
survived the year.
This was so much better. And I thought I had a pretty good time. There was a point in the middle of the movie where I was like, oh, this might go off the rails a little bit, but it regained its composure, and I laughed quite a bit. I thought that Paul Rudd and Jack Black were having a good time, and I was having a good. And our local theater, Dylan, did you enjoy the new reclining seats?
They were all right.
They were all right. They weren't the heated fancy seats.
I'm not worried about the heated fancy seats.
Yeah.
My only complaint was the headrest was just a little too like plush. I felt like I was like my head was like tilted down.
Yeah, well, it does make the viewing experience a little better.
It's much more comfortable than a traditional stadium seat.
I love the the little rail they had separating where they were constructing and where you could walk.
They're still undergoing construction, and they had like the wooden railing where like the theaters were blocked off.
Follow this path.
It's like nice, but yeah. You guys want to go
next?
Creature design?
Creature design.
Ooh.
Well, there's an anaconda.
There are two anacondas.
Well, there are. I was actually a little confused because first we have the quote unquote real anaconda, the snake wrangler has, and it's mostly CGI, maybe a physical puppet a couple of times.
Maybe
it looks like a snake.
It looks like a CGI snake.
CGI snake. And then I was a little confused for a little bit because the scene where it kind of sneaks up on them when Anna's like got everybody at gunpoint. I thought there were two snakes, but I guess it was the same snake, just two different humps in its body peeking in the water. But what do you think about the giant CGI anaconda?
It looks like a big CGI anaconda.
Yeah. I thought we were going to...
It's a giant ass snake.
They never explain why. So, because even at one point, Paul Rudd or somebody says they're not supposed to get that big.
Mm-hmm. And this thing's got to be what, 50 plus foot long?
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, it's as big around as a car almost. It's huge.
They never explain why it's so big. You know, the one thing about that sequel, Hunt for the Blood Orchids, was it finally explain why the anacondas were so big.
Yeah, does it have to do with the blood orchid?
The blood orchid was like a flower that snakes grow forever as long as they're alive, and the flower let them live forever, so they were growing forever, and that's why they were so big. This one they don't bother to explain it. Not that I need them to, but
it's just a big ass snake.
But
it's a big snake.
Yeah, I thought it looked fine, and the effects. I mean,
honestly, there's not a whole lot of effects other than
the snake.
The snake.
The CGI is fine. I mean, it's not like Avatar.
It's no fire and ash.
No fire and
not
ash.
many movies are like Avatar.
This movie also didn't cost $400 million to make.
I had
a tenth of the budget.
The budget of Avatar.
Yeah,
I thought the CGI worked its function.
I mean, it's probably no worse than one of these legendary MonsterVerse movies.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not nearly as many as effect shots, but.
Well, I mean, when you got $45 million and your only CGI that you really have to do mostly is
a snake,
a few shots of a snake every few minutes.
Yeah,
gets the job done. And then there's some practical effects like the pyrotechnics and stuff.
And stuff, and all that looked good, and the sets. And I thought that they used the Queensland, Australia. They used that to recreate the Amazon. I thought it looked good. They filmed it well. Some pretty scenery.
Is there a big river somewhere near Queensland, Australia?
I guess so.
Did they film that on a stage somewhere?
They might have. The river looked. The waterfall and stuff might have been a little CGI enhanced. I don't know, but
maybe.
I thought it looked good though. I mean, all that, the boats and all that. So props for that. So and then score.
They spent their $45 million
wisely. Yeah. I mean, most of it probably went to Paul Rudd and Jack Black, but whatever was left over.
Portions.
They probably paid J-Lo like $1 million for a 30-second cameo.
To show up.
Yeah, and Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, he'll do whatever. He's down for whatever. But
he's Ice Cube.
The score, the actual score, I don't know, pretty forgettable. But I did like the soundtrack. First of all, the remix of "Baby Got Back" is really good, and then
pretty funny
when Ice Cube shows up and they play Back in Black, and then they also play what was the song they were playing when they were being chased by the snake? Was it Kickstart My Heart?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Kickstart My Heart.
And
the needle drops are pretty good.
The needle drops are pretty good.
And the only memorable thing the score itself is pretty forgettable. The only thing I remember is like you can hear the score in the background of one of the first scenes with Jack Black where he's introduced as the wedding, videographer or whatever. Oh, and he's talking about his vision, and he's like, and then the score kicks in. He's like singing the score, and you can hear what he's singing in the background.
Yeah, that was pretty creative. I did. David Fleming, he's having a year. He did the Superman thing where they just redid this John Williams score.
He did the Superman theme. he did John Williams.
Yeah. So I did.
It's good. It's easy to produce a good score when you're copying the master.
You're just aping, the maestro. So that was fun. But yeah. Final thoughts?
Andrew.
Well.
Yeah, this movie, it's decent, it's a decent 90-minute flick. Flick. With, anacondas, and Jack Black, Paul Rudd, always, a great duo.
Yes.
I
haven't seen many things with them together. They're not in very many movies.
I was going to say.
They're not in very many movies.
I don't know what movies they're in together, but.
They got good chemistry.
They got good chemistry in this movie, at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
the Anaconda reboot. So, you're going to have, fun.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. At least if you like the original and if you watch the other ones that followed.
Not very many people did.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
You mean you don't think a lot of people watched Anaconda versus Lake Placid?
No. Did you record that on the Sci-Fi Channel on your DVR back in the day?
But yeah, no, it's a good movie. The acting's good. The score, what I can remember, is good.
Yeah.
Mostly the songs they played. And I like the effects are pretty good. And then all in all, they had 43 million, 43, 45, something like that, and they spent it pretty good. Because they only had to animate one thing usually. And I'll give this movie, I'll give it a B minus.
A B minus. All right, Dylan, what do you think?
I mean, overall, I had a good time.
Yeah.
Pretty entertaining, pretty enjoyable film. It does meander, like we said, quite a bit in the second act. I was like I mentioned, I was a little worried at first when we first get introduced to Paul Rudd's character that he was going to be a little too much. I'm like, okay, Paul Rudd's going to ham it up really hard in this movie. I don't know if I'm going to handle this for 90 minutes. Like, I like Paul Rudd a lot, but seems like he's going a little extra. Yeah, like he's really playing it up. But it ended up working out pretty well. Like him and Jack Black riff really well off of each other, and the comedy is really, really solid. Audibly chuckled quite a few times out loud, which is good for a comedy if it can make you audibly laugh instead of just go,
yeah,
or something like that. So overall, I mean, it worked out pretty well, I'd say, on that front. It does meander pretty hard in the second act with the whole like illegal gold mining subplot that literally has 0 point to this movie.
Yeah.
It plays no part in any importance in the film or progressing the plot forward in really any sense, other than I guess getting Paul Rudd to come back after leaving.
I guess, yeah.
But they could have literally done anything. They could have just been like, I'll just go back.
Yeah.
And for her character Anna to be in the movie and to just disappear at the end of the second act, like, okay, she's gone.
She's gone.
She did get eaten. She didn't just disappear.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, they literally just like, it's like the script, like the screenwriters were like, yeah, she's done.
Yeah, honestly, I think reading that I did about them, everyone turning. I bet that their role was originally much bigger when they thought they were going to get like a premier actress. And then
ScarJo in this. I mean,
when everybody turned them down, they were like, "Well, we'll just write her out for the third act."
Yeah. So it's just kind of abrupt for a character that appears who's your the opening scene of the movie to just abruptly be written out of the film at the end of the second act.
Yeah.
But the third act is very entertaining. We get some really good comedy bits. The comedy action scene with the the final showdown with the snake and it gets blown up and the cameos and everything like that. And it's a fun time. The snakes look pretty good, especially for a $45 million budget. I've seen much worse on way higher budgeted movies.
Yeah.
So it all worked out pretty well, I think. Like I said, I mean, it's worth a watch. I think it's, if you got 90 minutes to kill and you want to watch something pretty entertaining, throw it on Netflix when it's there, or come January when there's literally nothing to watch next month. If you got a Saturday free and you want to go to a matinee, go see it at a matinee. Thinking with Andrew, I'll probably get like a B minus.
All right, yeah. Like I'm on this. I got basically the same opinion you guys. Like I said, I was worried that Anna gold mining subplot was really going to derail the movie, and it kind of does go a little off the rails in the second act. And I think the movie would have been stronger if, from start to finish, if they would have just had it about these four friends, maybe Santiago for a little bit, going into the jungle, and then things just going haywire, and that kind of stuff. But I think Jack Black and Paul Rudd have, like you said, really good chemistry. I think they're really funny in this movie. I was worried coming in about Jack Black because he was just way too much in that Minecraft movie, but he's a lot more tolerable in this movie, dialed back quite a bit, and I think he gives a good performance. I think everybody in this movie, of the four leads at least, give good performances. And
Steve Zahn underrated in the movie. He's the underrated side character.
Yeah, he's really solid in the movie. Yeah. They could cut Anna out completely in that whole subplot, but the snake scenes are fun, and The cameos are fun, and yeah, I think it's a pretty fun time, and I'll give it a B.
Oh, he's gonna get a whole B. A whole B.
A whole B. Is it the best Anaconda movie ever?
Well,
or is it better than the original? That's the question.
That's a hard.
They're very different movies.
They're very different movies.
What would I rather rewatch more often? I don't know, honestly. Because John Voight
is great in that first movie.
I mean, that movie's funny for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
This movie's funny just because it's a funny movie.
It's a better made movie.
It's a better made movie.
Anaconda, yeah.
So I really don't know. Like it depends on what kind of movie you're in the mood for. If you're in the mood for something more that's like the adventure thriller type situation of the original, throw that on. If you want something to laugh at that has a snake, throw this on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like objectively, is it a better movie? Yeah.
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 Yeah. I wonder why they didn't call it The Anaconda, because that's what their title of their movie in the movie was.
It's The Anaconda.
The Anaconda. A spiritual reimagining.
Sequel.
A spiritual sequel, yeah.
Yeah, spiritual sequel.
Yeah.
Reboot, reimagining. It's really a spiritual sequel.
Well, anyway, other than that, I don't have much news. I was going to do a quick review. For Christmas, I got Andrew the Godzilla edition of Clue.
Oh, yeah.
And last night, me and Andrew and Mom did sit down and play a round of that.
It was fun.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've never played Clue before.
You never played Clue?
I never played Clue before.
Aaron was
So
arguing
it took us a little bit to figure it out.
Aaron was arguing me for the first half about rules, and I was like, I don't have to tell you if I
But it's basically, it's Clue, and then, but you've got...
Colonel Monsters in the Library with the wrench.
The monster, you got the monsters, you got the evil villains, and the locations in place of whatever it usually is, like the location, the weapon, and the character or whatever.
So are the monsters the weapons?
The monsters are the weapons. The
evil scientists.
The aliens are the different types of aliens are the characters, and then instead of
there's different locations around the world or something.
Yeah, different locations that are like Sawgill Island, Monster Island,
Infant Island,
Planet X, Infant Island, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty fun. If you like Clue, I think you'd like the.
What's the inciting incident? Like, is somebody murdered or like what's
Minya
going on?
is kidnapped.
Oh,
Minya's kidnapped, and you had to figure out
somebody did it.
You had to
And
figure
they
out
used some
which
sort of
alien did
monster.
it.
Yeah.
In some sort of place.
Yeah. And they yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you have to figure it out.
And if you don't, if you lose the game or you draw 8 destruction cards, Godzilla destroys the world and you lose.
Oh no!
So because he's upset because his son is missing. It's very sad.
Even though in the movies he doesn't even seem like he cares most of the time.
Dylan, there are some things that have happened since you've last been on the podcast. First of all, do you have any thoughts on it seemingly being confirmed that Space Godzilla will be at least an antagonist in the new Supernova MonsterVerse movie?
I am intrigued. Space Godzilla is not one of my favorite villains.
I told Andrew it's a little. I mean, I understand
I feel like it could be an interesting.
Godzilla, but
it could be an interesting concept.
Yeah.
If executed properly.
Yeah.
I feel like the Space Godzilla movie that we've gotten.
Yeah.
Is not good.
He's not in a good movie. I think he could be a fun villain. I told Andrew.
I just really don't know how they're gonna do this version because in the original, he's like DNA of Godzilla that like went through like it was like a wormhole or something. It was like that.
Godzilla cells that were carried into space either by Mothra or Biollante that got sucked into a black hole and spit out a white hole and absorbed all kinds of cosmic energies and turned into Space Godzilla.
So like Godzilla's never been to space in this.
I feel like they're gonna because they had all those crystals of the Middle Earth, not the Middle Earth.
I saw some theories that he's gonna be like some sort of Middle Earth creature, but then that's not Space Godzilla. That's Middle Earth Godzilla.
Hollow Earth.
Whatever. Same thing.
Same thing. I'm interested to see how they pulled. I mean, the MonsterVerse jumped the shark a long time ago, so that's whatever.
I mean, these movies are absurd.
I told Andrew, it's a little weird that the monster they chose to license next was kind of a one and done '90s villain. I mean, Gigan's a reoccurring villain they could have done. Would have been cool.
If you wanted to pick the one-off '90s villain, why didn't you pick Destroya?
Yeah, maybe they're saving Destroya for like their big final film or something. I don't know. It's been a long time rumor, Destroya. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Megalon.
No.
You got any thoughts on the title reveal or the upcoming Godzilla -0?
I saw it was -0. I'm curious to see how that turns out, what the actual story is gonna turn out to be.
Yeah.
With the title of Godzilla -0, I do assume that it's gonna be a direct follow up to -1.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see where they take that story, because I heard, we've talked about it multiple times, that it may be like a quasi remake of Hedorah.
Yeah.
And I was like, interesting. Okay. Maybe.
Good to know.
Okay. But I would figure if it was going to be a straight up like remake of that, or I say straight up, some sort of reimagining of Hedorah or something like that it would not have the title -0 if it was going to be that. Now, you said there's a rumor going around where he still might possibly show up, or some
Still could
version
be a chance.
of it.
There's also rumors going around that there might be a pretty significant time jump, like a decade or so. And that would put it that's still
In the 50s.
In the 50s. Pollution, I don't think really became a big problem in Japan until the 60s and 70s with the major industrialization. So it would 50s.
Which is about the time that Hedorah came out in the 70s, right?
In the 70s, early 70s. So the 50s would be a little early to do a theme on like industrial pollution, I think, but no one really knows what it's about. They're keeping it under wraps pretty tightly. So
you did say apparently it has a bigger budget.
Supposedly it does have a bigger budget. Toho is apparently really like bought into this. I guess obviously they're going to say this. They love the script. And they've bought up some production company. They bought up G Kids. They bought up UK Anime, whatever it was, and they've established a UK headquarters along with their US headquarters. They're going to distribute this film themselves. They started distributing films themselves rather than going through Crunchyroll or whatever. And they're really going to plant this as like their tentpole movie of 2026. So apparently
I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, if it's 3/4 as good as -1, it'll be probably a top 10 Godzilla movie.
It'll be a really solid movie. So I'm definitely excited.
What else has happened recently?
What else has happened recently? On Monarch, I know you didn't watch the Monarch TV show. They've announced a spinoff.
A spinoff of a
spinoff with Kurt Russell's son. They're gonna follow. He plays he plays younger Kurt Russell, and then he's gonna fight Soviets in a spinoff or something. I don't know. But
is he not busy making Marvel movies?
No.
He's in the new Avengers movies.
Oh yeah,
his son, isn't he?
He's the evil Captain America, the off-brand Captain America.
Off-brand Captain America, yeah.
Well, whatever. But so we'll see where that goes.
Mr. Wyatt Russell.
Season 2 comes out in March, I think. So
yeah, I didn't watch the first season.
No,
I'm sorry.
Well, you can borrow my Apple login.
I have an Apple login actually. I just didn't watch it.
Wow.
Anything else, Andrew?
I think that's pretty much
I
it.
pre-ordered a popcorn bucket of Godzilla produced by Alamo Drafthouse.
Why?
What? What do you
Why not?
Why not?
That should be the question you should be asking.
What is it?
It's like a Showa era Godzilla, like the Mothra versus Godzilla like version, and like you open his mouth and you put popcorn in it.
And there's gonna be a Mecha
There's
Godzilla
gonna be a
one.
Mecha Godzilla popcorn bucket.
Oh,
yeah. So
okay.
I'm excited about that.
Interesting.
We've got our reservations for G-Fest.
Yeah.
Next year. I got the hotel and the airline and
Look at y'all.
everything booked. Our tickets.
I didn't get to go this year. I'm sure y'all got that. Did y'all end up doing a recap of your trip?
We did a little recap of the trip. Yeah. We had a lot of fun. Yeah.
I was originally supposed to go, but I moved right before that, so I apologize.
It's okay. We'll forgive you.
I'm sure it was a fun time.
It was pretty fun.
It was pretty fun.
Well, other than that last day in Chicago, which it was fun still, but that last day where we got stuck on the subway and
Oh my god, that was an adventure.
stranded
time.
in the middle of Chicago and we didn't know where we were at.
They're like, yeah, we had to evacuate the train.
Yeah, huh?
Like what? Excuse me. But
You
anyway.
got the authentic Chicago experience.
So proud of you guys.
But other than that, I don't really have anything. Oh, I was going to mention again, I mentioned it last week and I was telling Dylan about it. We do have plans for potentially a new, not replacing Stomp This Way, but a new podcast coming in the new year, hopefully starting first week of February. It's going to be a horror-centric podcast.
All right.
I will announce the title. Tentative. It's going to be called Pulse Check.
Pulse Check.
A horror movie podcast.
Pulse Check.
I put the subtitle of horror movie podcast so people don't confuse it with a medical podcast.
Yeah.
Because our grading system is going to be like a play on like your pulse, like
Mm-hmm.
flatline, heart racing, cardiac event. But anyway, I'm still working out the details on the schedule, and I'll talk about it more in the coming weeks, and we'll figure that out. But yeah, is that it?
I think that's pretty much it today.
All right. Well, as always, don't forget that you can contact us at stompthisway1954@gmail.com.
And you can find our website at www.stompthisway.wordpress.com and find all the links to wherever you want to there.
Right.
Interesting. I'm sure that you guys are also, we're probably up on social media somewhere. Stomp This Way, on what, Facebook mostly?
Facebook. Well, I've done a revival. We're back on Instagram.
We're back on
X,
Instagram.
And you can also find audio versions of our podcast on YouTube again. So.
YouTube, Apple, all those places.
Yeah, you can listen to podcasts on Apple, Pandora.
There you go.
Spotify.
We're going.
And a new logo.
And a new logo.
And I put all of our links to all our socials and website and everything down in the show notes. So check that out. But anyway, as always, next week, I didn't tell you what we're doing next week. Next week will be a recap of Ultraman Omega. So join us for that. And as always, I'm Aaron.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Dylan, and we'll catch you in the next one.